Hi there. So this time, exactly 5 years ago, I was not about to don an apron and post a video to YouTube on how to make something. I was about to have some Chinese takeaway with my family, get no sleep and get up the next morning and get married. Actually get married. 5 years tomorrow. How did that even happen? I don't know. Especially be married to this. He's a crazy person. Anyway, Mr. P and I have a very successful marriage. I think it's successful because I have a pink fridge and I live with a boy. Impossible things are possible. We have fun, we go on adventures. It's great. Some people ask me what the secret is to marriage. Because, you know, after only 5 years and at the age of 29 I'm some kind of expert. Yes, 29, I know, I got married at 24. I was a child bride. But anyway, yes, I don't know all the secrets. But I do know an important part to being married and staying married for 5 years is compromise. And I think this recipe is an excellent, compromise. Because it's salad, lovely lady salad for delicate little flower of lady like me. I'm a little delicate flower, that's me. Plie. Plie. So delicate, so lady-like. But it contains potatoes. Boys like potatoes. It's simple. Well, I like potatoes too. But you know, whatever. So, what you do to make this salad niçoise is you boil a kettle and you put the water on the hob. Like so. Get that heat up and boil nicely. And you get your potatoes. I always think for a salad niçoise about 4 or 5 potatoes per person is right. You're the boss of you, not me. If you want 10 potatoes, have 10 potatoes. If you want 2 potatoes, have 2 potatoes. Well, if you want 2 potatoes, you're clearly not from Ireland, are you? About 5 of these little mini boiled potatoes. Not, they're not boiled, they're baby. Anyway, what you do is you cut each potato in half. I know, controversial. Cutting in half. Get Mrs. P, she'd be crazy. Slicing and dicing and chopping her spuds. Oh yeah, she'd be nuts. Yeah, I know, I don't know why he's still married to me after 5 years either. I'm kind of like this pretty much all of the time. Bless his little cotton socks. He's a good egg, isn't he? Anyway, enough of that. You get your half potatoes and you drop them into your boiling water, sort of splashing and scalding yourself along the way. And you put your timer on for 4 minutes. Okay? 4 minutes. While that's doing its thing, you get a big bowl, not a little bowl. You get some light olive oil, which you haven't yet transferred to your pretty drizzler, because you clearly need some kind of kitchen assistant to keep up to date with the hectic demands of your YouTube schedule. Or, you know, you were just feeling lazy and haven't quite done that yet. And you put 2 big spoons of olive oil in your bowl. Do a little ding, start a band. Do, or not, whatever. 2 tablespoons of oil anyway. You get a lemon. You put your lemon on your board and you kind of roll it around like so. Because this makes your lemon nice and soft and juicy. Juice the lemon. Cut your lemon in half. Save this half of it for your gin and tonic later on. This half of it gets squeezed into your bowl. And if you do this, you can catch the seeds between your fingers. Mrs. P, domestic tips. Maybe I have been married for 5 years after all. 5 years. Anyway, if you're a really vigorous, thorough person, you can get every last drop of juice out of it. I just squash it a bit. Give your hands a little rinse. And get half a teaspoon. Well, actually you get a whole teaspoon because you can't buy half teaspoons. And you use that to measure about half a teaspoon of salt. put that in there. You also put in half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, like so. Because salad meat Nicoise is supposed to evoke, you know, south of France and all of those kind of things. I don't actually know where the Dijon meat is in France. Geography fact fans, help a sister out here, would you? Then you get a little whisk, probably the one you threw at your own head when you were making a video last week. You know, these things happen. And you whisk up your dressing. Lovely, 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 lovely. Into that dressing, you put some tomatoes. Tomatoes are not, but you know, tomatoes makes me feel far. I'm appealing to my international audience, that's what it is, yes. Oh, such a good idea. Now, if you're a normal person, you will give each person a handful of tomatoes. If you're Mrs. P and you once read the packet of cherry tomatoes and you realise that exactly 7 cherry tomatoes is one of your 5 a day, you will count out 7 cherry tomatoes a person. Because you're crazy like that, and that is one of those things you do. So for 2 people, 14 cherry tomatoes. Okay? I'm kind of crazy. 5 years? You've gone with this for 5 years? I don't know. And you chop your tomatoes in half, and you put them in your bowl of dressing. 5 years of this. Chat about cherry tomatoes every single day. Well, I don't actually talk about cherry tomatoes every single day. I talk about other things, but in the same kind of light. Yes. Yeah. Cherry loving. Cherry loving. Had a little breakdown the other day because I couldn't choose a type of melon. Yep, that's what my husband has to deal with. Lucky guy, isn't he? Anyway. Chop. Oh, it's my orchestra again. Chop. And you give your tomatoes their mixed round. Now, you can hear that beeping. What you do is you get les deux œufs, that's 2 eggs, and you put them into the water. Okay? Drop, drop. You turn off your bleeping and you put the timer on for 2 more minutes. I know. So your potatoes, once they've been on for 4 minutes, you put your eggs on, or put the timer on for 2. You want to boil the potatoes for a total of 10 minutes and the eggs for a total of 6 minutes. So if you want to do everything in a separate saucepan, you can. If you want to do everything in a separate saucepan, you've probably not been married for 5 years. You're still at the trying to impress them stage. I'm at the stage where I can only be arsed washing one saucepan. So I'll stick with doing it this way, okay? Then what you do is you get some green beans like these, okay? So this is like a generous handful, kind of like the wedding bouquet. Except I wasn't very good at being a bride, and I kind of carried my bouquet like this all day, sort of down here, keeping it casual. That's me. Anyway, what you do is you individually and painstakingly chop either end off your green beans like so. You do that for approximately the first, well, 1 green bean, and then you get bored. So you kind of put them into a little bunch and take off the ends. Yes, I know, that may mean a little bit too much is cut off some beans, but you know, life is short. Life is short. Embrace it. Embrace it. Go crazy with Mrs. P. It's compromise for your marriage or something. That's what you tell yourself. That's what you tell yourself. You chop the ends off the beans. Ah, there. Yep. 5 years. Apparently the traditional gift is wood. Given that we haven't bought any of the other traditional gifts all of these time, I don't think I'm going to get anything wood. Do dream of having like the kind of husband who like sweeps me off my feet to a hotel or something. Don't think that's going to happen with Mr. P, much as I would love it to. Oh well. Oh, there's something to interrupt my dream world. The eggs have been on for about 2 minutes. Now this is when you learn the real tricks of how things happen. I would be telling you to add these beans to the water for 5 minutes, and you would be freaking out because the ends haven't been chopped off yet. And what are you going to do? And how is this going to happen? And is the recipe going to collapse around its ears? Let me tell you, that saucepan has some eggs and some potatoes in it. If they boil for a little bit longer than their allocated time, I think it'll be okay. I mean, I've got away with talking for way more than my allocated time, haven't I? And sure, what was that? A minute? You put your green beans into the water. And then you put your timer on for 4 minutes. So 10 minutes for the potatoes, 6 minutes for the eggs, and 4 minutes for the beans. But an extra minute won't kill it, I promise. Then you open a tin of tuna, unbranded, mostly because healthy tuna, in this day and age, caused me to do nothing short of have an actual heart attack. I'm sticking with the non-branded stuff. You pay a lot for that fuss-free, no-drain thing. Oh, Crazy Presses. Do you remember Crazy Presses? If you're from Northern Ireland, Crazy Presses was an amazing supermarket back in the day. They sold, like, their value range came in yellow packets. Amazing. Amazing. You drain your tuna. And you add it to your bowl. Ta-da! And you give it a good mix around so it's all covered in the dressing. What you do is you get half a jar of black olives. You open it up. And I drain them in this colander because I want to use it for my potatoes and all later on. And you know, I'm lazy, life's short, etc, etc. Clean on saucepan. Surely you know this drill by now, don't you? Surely. Anyway, you drain your olives through whatever method you want, and you put them on the board, and you sort of chop them into halves, quarters, bits. A bit like the green beans, I painstakingly usually chop the first ones into halves, and then I kind of hack the pile of olives with my knife till they're all at least chopped once. Just like that. Oh, yep, just like that. Excellent. You add them to your dressing, and then you locate your basil, and you get, this is like quite a big sprig, but I'm only going to use this kind of top part of it. So you get sort of like a small handful of basil, and you roughly chop it. And you add it to the bowl. I know, so shocking, my methods, so shocking, so very, 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 very shocking. And you give that a good stir around, making sure all the tuna's mushed up, all the tomatoes are nice and mixed in, all of those good things. Mix, 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 mix. You see? Do you see? Like so? Yes. Yes. That is how you make it. You go over, you realise you have a minute left, and they're all kind of doing their thing nicely. And you check the potato. Okay? Yep, they're pretty much nearly done. Give that one last stir just because it makes me feel like Delia. Oh, I like to feel like Delia. I know, I'm a simple sort in life. You know, you have to create this fun for yourself. Eh? Yeah? With me? Good. Dainty, elegant lady again. I could do that for another minute. Darcy, bustle a second. The time of year when Strictly's on, Mr. B has to put up with my dancing in our living room. He's a thoughtful kind of guy. Beeping! Excellent! No more dancing. So what you do is you take your saucepan, you turn off your gas, and you drain the whole flipping lot into your colander. And then what you do is you get a bowl. and you fill your bowl with cold water. And you sort of plunge your colander into the bowl of cold water. This will kind of, oh, there's room for a bit more water there. This will kind of cool everything down. Yes, 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 if I was a proper chef, I would tell you to wait till it's cold. But it's a Tuesday night. I need to eat my dinner, you know? Still want to be married to my husband. All of those things. While the rest of it's cooling down, you can peel your eggs. The easiest way, take your egg, smash, roll, and the skin should come off fairly easily. Oh, I haven't with this one. Try this one. There you have your peeled eggs. Excellent. Excellent. You take your potatoes and your beans out of the water. You shake it up and you add it to your bowl of fun. Like so. Like so. And you give it a good mix. Then it's ready to serve. Pretty plate. You know the rules by now. You transfer your salad onto some kind of a serving plate. You can put a bed of like mixed leaves or something down first if you want. It's up to you. Up to you. Your salad, your way. Then, once you've kind of divided that in half and all of us run away, and you know, all of these kind of perks of making a dinner, you commit the ultimate compromise in a marriage. You bring out the anchovies. I love anchovies in that I love what they do when you put them in other things. Eating anchovies just like this, not so much. And this is why this is the perfect compromise of a salad. I can drape the anchovies over Mr. B's dinner and leave mine pretty much anchovy free. Perfect. It's all about compromise. And there we have pretty much my perfect salad Nicoise. For more, check out www.littlepinkkitchen.co.uk. Pluggy plug plug. Oh, I have just totally realised I forgot to put the egg on top of the salad. Peel the egg.